What's up everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be talking about busting the protein myth. This is part one of a three-part series. Protein is a hot topic these days, and we're gonna dive deep into busting this myth. The number one question I get as a plant-based, plant-powered person is, where do you get your protein? Now, that's a common misconception of protein being a necessity that our body requires to build muscle tissue, to build connective tissue, basically to build any tissues in the body. The reason why it's a misconception is amino acids are the building blocks of these greater structures of what we call proteins. So a common example or analogy that helps you visualize the difference between consuming protein, the complex structure, and amino acids, the building blocks that allows the body to construct or build those more complex structures, is a house. If you were to build a house, what do you usually do? You buy 2x4s, you get the nails, and then you create the foundation and you build up. It's much more efficient to build from the raw materials. You wouldn't buy a house, knock it down, build it back up from the materials. That takes too much time, too much energy, and nobody got time for that. So think of that as far as the amino acids that you put into your body when you consume fruits and vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes. Those are the raw materials, the amino acids that come into the body, and then your body has those materials to create muscle tissue, ligaments, tendons, joints, you name it, hair, skin, nails. So think about that as you gaze at this beautiful house behind us. People often associate the idea of consuming protein as an energy source, which is totally incorrect. There is a complicated process called gluconeogenesis, which takes a complex protein structure and converts it into a glucose energy structure that actually gives the body energy. But even in that word, if we break it down, it clearly states that glucose being the energy, neo means new, genesis is new life. So from that protein structure, we have to create that new energy form, and that takes a lot of energy. That's a very complicated thing. It's not the primary source that our bodies use for the energy to do everything. So clearly, glucose is our body's primary source of energy. So uric acid is very toxic to the body. We are alkaline-based species as frugivores. We do not like excess acids, and the body has to use its energy to clear those acids out as soon as possible. Especially when we consume animal products, that uric acid is a hot material. The body has to clear it out. It has to filter through the kidneys. It has to filter through all these other processes that over time, that wears down. Comparing carnivore species to the frugivorous species, they have many differences in anatomy and biological makeup that they're designed for consuming animal carcasses and complex proteins compared to simple amino acids, fatty acids, fructose, glucose, monosaccharides. Now, carnivorous animals have a much shorter digestive tract because they have to extract as much essential life force as fast as possible, because even for the carnivores, those acid breakdown really affects their bodies too. Now, comparatively to The human body, we have a very long digestive tract. We're designed to consume these things to be extracted over time, a longer duration of time. But at the same time, we want that fast hit. We want those glucose, fructose, we want the essential fatty acids, and we want the amino acids as quick as possible because we then build from that ground up level. For the human, we require fiber, which we find in our vegetables and plant materials to create this process in digestion called peristalsis, which is basically smooth muscle contractions that move that material out through the body, through the intestines, through the colon, and out into your toilet. As a human species, we're all about efficiency. When we eat animal products that are acidic for our bodies, that slows us down. Have you ever experienced that itis feeling after you eat a big burger? You feel like you need to go to sleep. If we're talking about food and sustenance, it should not make us feel tired. We should feel the energy from our food to then go on a run, go on a workout, go on a hike. But if it's making us tired, that should tell you that that food is not designed for us. Because again, we're a frugivorous species, meaning most of our food source is derived from fruits, some leafy greens and vegetables, nuts, seeds, legumes, but much more simple in nature. So we recap. Humans are frugivorous species that require amino acids to then build the complex protein structures, aka muscle, ligaments, skin, hair, nails, teeth. All these structures require amino acids. Let's start with the amino acids and build our way up, because it's going to free up more energy for our body to be able to do the things we want to do, go on the hikes, go on the walks, hang out with family and friends. Throw all those BS animal products, animal byproducts away so that you can live and have a happy day. Stay tuned for the next video, part 2 of debunking the protein myth. Hit a follow button, hit the ding, like, subscribe, and share it with a friend.